Raya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyadare Shatadine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome back. We are continuing the same pastime of Sri Madhvendra Puri. We have only few verses left and the climax is coming up very soon. So it's very nice to read now. So we are continuing from the text 148. Please let me know who wants to read. And I will continue for first few verses and please raise your hand or chat box type it. Yadayapi udvega haila palaita mana Thakure chandana sadhana haila bandhana. Madhvendra Puri wanted to leave Jagannath Puri because the people were honoring him as a great devotee. However, this threatened to hinder his collecting sandalwood for the Gopal deity. As you know, because he got very famous because of the Kheer Chor Gopinath pastime, and but he moved away from there to Puri so that he can collect the sandalwood from the Jagannath Puri. जगन्नाथेरा सेवक यातायात के महंता सबका कहैलापुरी Gopal Vritanta. Sri Madhvendra Puri told all the servants of Lord Jagannath and all the great devotee there the story of the appearance of Sri Gopal. So Sri Madhvendra Puri narrated the story how Sri Gopal ji appeared in Vrindavan, in the Govardhan. Please let me know whoever wants to read. गोपाल चंदन मांगे सुनी भक्तगान आनंदे चंदन लागी करिले यतन. When all the devotees of Jagannath Puri heard that Gopal deity wanted sandalwood, in great pleasure they all endeavored to collect it. So this is the heart of the devotees in Jagannath Puri. As soon as they came to know the Gopal deity wanted chandan, they are putting all endeavor to collect it. राजा पात्र सने यारा यारा परिचय तारे मागी कर पूरा चंदन करिले संचय. Those who are acquainted with government officer met with them and begged for camphor and sandalwood which they collected. So those who know the government officer, they met with them and asked for camphor and sandalwood purport. It appears that Malyaja Chandan, sandalwood, and camphor were used for the Jagannath deity. The camphor was used in his arati, and the sandalwood was used to smear his body. Both these items were under government control, and therefore the devotees had to meet with the government official, informing them of all the details. They attained permission to take the sandalwood and camphor outside Jagannath Puri. So all of these things were under the government's control, and now devotees are approaching the appropriate channels to get the items. Pradman Prabhuji, you will like to read now the verses? Okay. Eka vipra, eka sevak chandana vahite, puri gosani re sange dile sambal sahite.
One Brahman and one servant were given to Madhvendra Puri just to carry the sandalwood. He was also given the necessary traveling expense.
Ghati dani chadi hite raja patra dware, raja lekha kari dila puri gosani rakare.
To get past the toll collectors along the way, Madhvendra Puri was supplied with the necessary release paper from government officers. The paper were placed in his hand.
So here, the descendants of Pratap Rudra were ruling the kingdom at that time. And as soon as they know, oh, this is the Lord's desire, they arranged personal servant for Madhvendra Puri. They collected, who will take all the chandan over there. They arranged that,
Mm.
all they were given the, the patra, basically, so that there will be no tolls on the way. So they can show the stamp, patra, they have from the king. So there will be no toll, no, all the bodyguards, everything was given to him. So king king was a devotee and he properly understood the intention and he facilitated everything in the service of the Lord. Chalila madhvapuri chandan lana kate dine re munate uttar lila gaya.
In this way, Madhvendra Puri started from Vrindavan with the burden of sandalwood, and after some days, he again reached the village of Ramuna and the Gopinath temple there.
So now again, Sri Madhvendra Puri is going back to the route and on the way, the Remuna comes. गोपीनाथ चरण कैले बहु नमस्कार प्रेम वर्षे नृत्य गीत करिले अपार.
When Madhvendra Puri reached the temple of Sri Gopinath, he offered his respectful obeisances many times at the lotus feet of the Lord. In the ecstasy of love, he began to dance and sing without cessation.
So again, you will notice this. Whenever a great devotee like Madhvendra Puri, he is seeing the Gopinath deity or Jagannath deity. You know, they feel ecstasy in their heart. They feel love. They want to dance. They want to sing. Their heart just filled with joy. Their eyes just lit up by seeing the Lord. So this is how the loving emotion erupts between the in the hearts of the devotee. पूरी देखा सेवक सब सम्मान करीला शीरा प्रसाद दिए तंद्रे भिक्षा करीला.
When the priest of Gopinath saw Madhvendra Puri again, he offered all respect to him and given him the sweet rice prasadam made him eat.
Now this time he doesn't have to do anything because they know the glory of Madhavendra Puri. So everybody is paid a lot of respect to him and bring the Amrit Keli, the sweet prasadam also. Sei ratre devale karila sayan, Sesharatri hailapuri dekhila swapan.
Madhvendra Puri took rest that night in the temple, but towards the end of the night, he had another dream.
So just wanted to say something. This last weekend, myself, my family, and Vamshudan Prabhu family were in North Carolina, and we had an opportunity to hear from His Grace Adigadadar Prabhuji, and it was such a nice coincidence that we are reading this chapter, and Prabhuji covered the same chapter over there. So we had a nice. We heard from him the entire story and pastime and the great lessons also.
Yeah, right.
So it
I
was
heard
very
this.
nice. Yes. And so this in this entire story, there are total four dreams. The first dream Madhvendra Puri got that the Gopal deity is in the bushes and Govardhan, please, Gopal deity is feeling hot and hungry, please take them out. That was the first dream Shri Madhvendra Puri get. Then when the everything is arranged, big paraphernalia is arranged. Then Madhvendra Puri, after 2 years, the festivals happened. Then he got another dream. He again, Gopal appears again, Madhavendra Puri, that I'm still hot, I'm still feeling hot. Please go to Malaya Hill in Jagannath Puri and get Chandan for me. So that is the second dream Shri Madhavendra Puri gets. The third dream comes in the priest, the Gopinath priest, that he says, wake up, uthala, uthala, I have hidden a pot of kheer rice, Amrit Keli, please take that and give it to Madhavendra Puri who is outside. And this is the fourth dream Srila Madhavendra Puri got
Back.
in the temple of the Gopinath ji. Gopal Asiya kahe suni he Madhav Karapura chandanami pailama sava.
Madhavendra Puri dreamed that Gopal came before him and said, O Madhavendra Puri, I have already received all the sandalwood and camphor.
So here, Madhavendra Puri, sorry, Lord Gopal is telling that, the Chandan and camphor has not reached to Vrindavan yet. But Gopal is saying that I have already received all the sandalwood and camphor. We'll see how. Anybody else want to read translation? And please raise your hand or chat box. कर्पूरा साहिते घसी ए सब चंदन गोपीनाथे रंगा नित्य करे हे लेपन. Prashanti Mataji, you want to read? Sure.
Yes, Swami. Now just grind all the sandalwood together with the camphor and then smear the pulp on the body of Gopinatha daily until it is finished.
Okay. Another thing to notice is Gopal only asked for sandalwood, but the devotees in Jagannath Puri, they are so excited, they gave the camphor and sandalwood, both of those, to the Lord. And now Gopal is telling Sri Madhavendra Puri that, just grind everything together and put on the body of Gopinath, which is in Remuna, near Jagannath Puri. So basically, what Gopalji is saying, do not bring this entire thing to Govardhan, to Vrindavan. No need to bring. Can you imagine? Lord gave this instruction: go bring, this chandan from there, and I'm feeling hot. And now Gopalji is again telling, no, just grind together and put on the body of Gopinath daily until it is finished. गोपीनाथ आमर से आके अंगा है इन्हा के चंदन दिला हावे मोरा तपस्या.
There is no difference between my body and Gopinath's body. They are one and the same. Therefore, if you smear the sandalwood pulp on the body of Gopinatha, you will naturally also smear it on my body. Thus, the temperature of my body will be reduced. Purport. Gopala was situated in Vrindavana, which was far from Remuna. In those days, one had to pass through provinces governed by the Muslims who sometimes hindered travelers. Considering the trouble of his devotee, Lord Gopala, the greatest well-wisher of his devotees, ordered Madhavendra Puri to smear the sandalwood pulp on the body of Gopinatha, which was non-different from the body of Gopala. In this way, the Lord relieved Madhavendra Puri from trouble and inconvenience.
So this is how the Lord's reciprocation, Lord is telling that there is no difference between Gopinath and Gopal. We are the same. You just apply over there, and I will automatically get the cooling things from that, and my temperature will reduce. Now, during my trip in North Carolina, His Grace Adhikar Prabhuji shared two major reasons, and he has heard from the Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, that the two major reasons were the external reason was this, as Srila Prabhupada also explained in the purport, that during that time, the entire Bengal province, the North India province was mostly governed with the Muslim leaders, and and often it's very difficult to travel with the chandan because they are very costly, and there is a huge amount of risk involved in stealing those, and in fact for the life of Srila Madhavendra Puri as well. So seeing all this situation, Gopalji decided that you put the chandan in Remuna only, with the province which is under the control of King Pratap Rudra's people. So that is the external reason Lord instructed Shri Madhavendra Puri, and we'll discuss the internal reason after this. द्विदानः भाईवानः करी किछु मने विश्वास करी चंदन देह आमार वचने.
You should not hesitate to act according to my order. Believing in me, just do what is needed.
So just imagine, Shri Madhavendra Puri was also, are you sure you told me to go there? And now I am bringing, and now you are telling me apply to Gopinath ji. So Lord is reaffirming, there is no dvida. Don't be in hesitation. Just do what I said, एता बली गोपाल गेला गोसानी जगिला गोपीनाथेरा सेवक गणे देखिया नीला.
After giving these instructions, Gopala disappeared and Srila Madhvendrapuri awoke. He immediately called for the servants of Gopinatha and they came before him.
So as soon as now, the dream came, immediately Madhavendra Puri got up and he called all the devotees of Gopinathji. They all came. Prabhura agya haile e karpur chandan Gopinather anga nitya kare he lepan.
Anyone is reading or you want me to continue, Prabhu?
Sure. Anybody else wants to read? Continue, Mataji, I think. Devotees will raise hand if they want to.
Yes. Purport. Madhavendra Puri said, smear the body of Gopinath with his camphor and sandalwood. I have brought for Gopala in Vrindavana. Do this regularly every day.
So Madhavendra Puri is sharing the dream with all the devotees, all the priests in the Gopinath. Inaha ke chandan dile Gopal haibes shitala Swatantra Ishwara Tandra Agna se prabala.
If the sandalwood pulp is smeared over the body of Gopinatha, then Gopala will be cooled. After all, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is completely independent. His order is all powerful.
Krishna Kale Gopinatha Paribe Chandan Sunyanandita Haile Sevakaraman.
The servants of Gopinatha became very pleased to hear that in the summer all the sandalwood pulp would be used to annuate the body of Gopinatha.
Anoint the body of Gopinath. So
Anoint.
immediately, they were jubilant. Oh wow, now Gopinath is going to get the chandan for the entire summer. So nice. So they were very jubilant. Puri kahe ei dua ghasibe chandan. Are jana duidaha divaye vetam.
Madhavendra Puri said, these two assistants will regularly grind the sandalwood and you should also get two other people to help. I shall pay their salaries.
So now the Madhavendra Puri is arranging, the proper system. He's making the system that, who's gonna grind, some help, and also they will get appropriately paid. Ei mata chandan deya pratyag hasiya paraya sevaka saba anand kariya.
In this way, Gopinath Ji was supplied ground sandalwood pulp daily. The servants of Gopinatha were very pleased with this.
Anybody else devotees want to read? Okay, no problem. If you're okay, okay. Padmana Parji
Yes.
read. प्रत्याचंदन पर यावत हैलांत तथाय रहिला पुरी तवत पर्यंत.
In this way, the sandalwood pulp was smeared over the body of Gopinath until the whole stock was finished. Madhvendra Puri stayed there until that time.
Now, I wanted to share what His Grace Adhikar Prabhuji shared. The internal reason, as I shared, the external reason that because of the Muslim rulers, Lord wanted to look for the safety of Shri Madhvendra Puri. That's why he ordered to use the same ingredients, the chandan and camphor, the body of Gopal, body of Gopinath, and I will automatically get it. Now, Prabhuji shared a very nice insight, which he has heard from Guru Maharaj, that Lord also want to reciprocate. So, when Shri Madhvendra Puri was well received, by the devotees in Jagannath Puri, by the devotees of Remuna, and they served him, they welcomed him, they gave him proper, respect, proper adar, proper saman, and they immediately got agreed to give all the chandan, camphor from Jagannath Puri. So Lord Gopal becomes very, very happy by the service attitude of the devotees in Jagannath Puri as well as in Remuna. So by seeing the devotees, in giving nature, and that attitude, Lord Gopal thinks that I should also reciprocate with them because they are always in giving mode to me. Let me also reciprocate. And then Lord Gopal instructed, Srila Madhavendra Puri that now, because they have given that to me, now I want the chandan to be used in the body of Srila Gopinath, and let all the servants there, all the priests there be happy, be jubilant that all these ingredients are used for the Gopinath now, and they have the entire festival over there. Also, Lord Srila Madhavendra Puri stayed until that time, until the chandan and the camphor was finished. So Prabhuji brings a great insight that whenever the Lord is very, very pleased with anybody, he gives that devotee an opportunity to associate with the great devotees, the great Mahatma. So because Lord was very much pleased with the Jagannath Purivasi, Remunavasi devotees there, Lord wanted to give them the association of Srila Madhavendra Puri for a longer period of time, so that they can relish that association. They can, they can enjoy his association and learn from him. So, my Guru Maharaj often says the greatest wealth, the greatest wealth in this world is to get sincere association of the great devotees. That is the greatest wealth we can have in our life, because with that association, our heart can transform. They can unlock the clutches, the secrets, or the knots which are binding us to this material world. There's so many attraction our mind, our heart is hooked upon. So the great devotee has that power which can unblock, cut those knots, and so that we can start to love Krishna, have a affection, feeling, love. So those aspects we can develop for the Lord. And so that is only possible when we associate with great devotee, and that is why it is always recommend that we should run, we should always be eager whenever great sannyasis, great devotees are visiting, or we should visit dham timely basis to associate, to hear with this great Vaishnava. And this theme you will find throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, everywhere you will find this theme. So this is the internal reason His Grace Adi Gadadhar Prabhuji shared. From Shivadhan Prabhu, if I missed anything, you wanted to say something, Prabhuji?
It's fine. It's good.
It's good? Okay.
You have described nicely, Prabhu.
Just want to see if something I missed, he can cover.
It's more important to have a Vaishnava association, greatest devotee. Vaishnava association is the more important.
Yes, Mataji.
In your bhakti.
Okay, so let us read. ग्रीष्म काले अंत पुना नीलाचल गेला नीलाचल चतुर्मास्य आनंद रहिला.
At the end of summer, Madhavendra Puri returned to Jagannath Puri, where he remained with her great pleasure during the whole period of Chaturmas. The Chaturmas period began in the month of Asad, June, July, from the day of Ekadasi called Sayan Ekadasi. In the fourth night of the waxing moon, the period ends in the month of Kartik, October, November, on the Ekadasi day known as Utsana Ekadasi. In the fourth night of the waxing moon, this fourth month period is known as Chaturmasya. Some Vaishnava also observe it from the full moon day of Asad until the full moon day of Kartik, and that is also a period of 4 months. The period calculated by the lunar months and is called Chaturmasya. But others also observe Chaturmas according to the solar month from Shravan to Kartik. The whole period either lunar or solar, takes place during the rainy season. Chaturmasya should be observed by all the section of the population. It does not matter whether one is grahastha or sannyasi. The observance is obligatory for the all ashram. The real purpose behind the vow taken during these 4 months is to minimize the quantity of sense gratification. This is not very difficult. In the month of Sawan, one should not eat spinach. In the month of Bhadra, one should not eat yogurt. And in the month of Aswin, one should not drink milk. And one should not eat fish or other non-vegetarian food during the month of Kartik. A non-vegetarian diet means fish and meat. Similarly, masura dal and urad dal are also considered non-vegetarian. These two dals contain a great amount of protein, and food rich is protein is considered non-vegetarian. On the whole, during the 4th month period of Chaturmasya, one should practice giving up all the food intended for the sense enjoyment.
So this is, is this basically Shri Madhavendra Puri went back to Jagannath Puri, and with great pleasure, entire Chaturmas he stayed there. And now Srila Prabhupada in the purport he is describing the Chaturmas, from almost 4 months. So different people observe at different period. So solar, lunar, or sometimes and or Ekadashi or Purnima. And then Srila Prabhupada is describing about some rules and regulation which we should follow during those months. And we should practice more and more bhakti and reduce sense enjoyment. Lakshmi Mataji, you will read now.
Shri Prabhuji.
श्रीमुखे माधव पुरीरा अमृत चरित भक्तागण सुना प्रभु करे आस्वदिता.
Translation. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally praised the nectarian characteristics of Madhavendra Puri, and while he related all this to the devotees, he personally released it. Hare Krishna.
If we go back to the story, this is story inside the story. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is originally telling this story to all the devotees. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling all the story about Madhavendra Puri in the Remuna. And he's telling, and Nityananda Prabhu is also there. And basically he's telling Nityananda Prabhu, your guru is so great devotee. And he, because of him, this Gopinath became Kirchor Gopinath. So the story is there, but ultimately this narration is, right now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing this narration. And that's how he's relishing it. प्रभु कहे नित्यानंद करह विचार पूरी सम भाग्यवान जगत नहीं यार. Lakshmi Mataji, continue.
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Prabhu to judge whether there was anyone within the world as fortunate as Madhavendra Puri.
दुग्ध दन चल कृष्ण यंद्र देखा दिला तीना बारे स्वप्नासी यंद्रे अग्न कैला.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Madhavendra Puri was so fortunate that Krishna personally agreed on the plea of delivering milk. 3 times
Your voice is breaking. I don't know if that's same. So basically, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying the devotee Madhavendra Puri, that he's so fortunate that Krishna personally fed him, to deliver the milk, and then he personally gave him orders in the dreams. Yandra prema vasahana prakathaila sevangi karekari jagata tarila. Being obliged because of the loving affair of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Krishna himself appeared as the Gopal deity, and accepting his service, he liberated the whole world. Yandra lagi Gopinath Shira Kaila Churi Ateva Nama Haila Kira Chora Kari. On account of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Gopinath stole the pot of sweet rice, thus he became famous as Kheer Chor. So Krishna became Kheer Chor here. He is Makhan Chor, Kheer Chor, Ran Chor, his cloth Chor. So This is all the devotee's reciprocation, and he's ready to called as a thief just because of the satisfaction of his devotee. Just, you know, just Ranchor he became for the pleasure of, for the saving Rukmani ji, right? Makhan Chor, Adhikdar Prabhuji was sharing the butter was churned by the Brajavasis devotee, the gopis, and their all intent of churning the butter was that churning the milk so that then Krishna will come and take the butter. And when they make the butter nicely, they keep it there, and Krishna come and take the butter, but he's called thief, he's called chor, but they are doing internally for him only. So this is how the loving pastime between the Lord and his devotees are. External people may not have that understanding, the relationship dynamics of devotee and Bhagwan. So that's how it is. Karpura chandana yanre anga chadila, ananda puri gosanira prema uthila. Madhya Puri smeared the sandalwood pulp over the body of Gopinath, and in this way he was overpowered with love of Godhead. Sundaran Prabhu, how many verses are there, or should we continue tomorrow?
You can continue tomorrow, Prabhuji. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu bhayavcha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo.
Namo Namo.